Welcome to Frywall Fridays. Today we're making a fried eggplant sandwich that's inspired by an Israeli sandwich called the sabich. At the heart of our recipe is a method for frying eggplant which allows you to use a lot less oil. And it's applicable to other eggplant recipes as well. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is trim and slice the eggplant. And now we're going to lightly salt both sides of the eggplant to draw out the water. We're using coarse salt or kosher salt, and by drawing out the water it's going to make it easier to fry, and it's also going to draw out the bitterness in the eggplant. We're going to let this rest for about 20-30 minutes, and in the meantime we can prepare our other components. Next, I'm going to make the tahini sauce, and for that I'll take about a tablespoon of sesame paste, and to that I will add a little bit of garlic, a good squeeze of lemon, some salt, and then I'm going to dilute it with water until you get a nice, consistent but runny sauce. That right there is perfect. I'm going to boil up some eggs. I'm going to drop these in for about 6 minutes, so the outside is hard but the inside is still a little bit runny. Next, I'm just going to slice up some tomatoes and some full sour pickles. So I'm ready now to show you that trick for the low oil frying of the eggplant. And the trick is to coat the eggplant in egg whites. So we're going to go ahead and separate the egg whites from the egg yellows, and then we're going to just scramble up the egg whites so they're broken up and a little bit runny. It's going to foam up a little bit, that's okay. The most important thing is to break up the whites so it's not too lumpy. The eggplant has been resting with the salt for about 25 minutes. You can see there is water that's beaded on it. That's where the salt has drowned out the water. I'm going to rinse these and then pat them down with a paper towel. I've misplaced my trusty silicone brush, so I'm going to use a paper towel to brush the eggplants with egg white. I'm going to do a thorough job on both sides here. These are ready to go into the oil. I have my oil nice and hot, around 365, and I'm going to add the eggplant slices. I'll put in about 3 of them at a time because I don't want the temperature to drop too much. And I'll let these go probably for 2-3 minutes per side, just long enough to get nice and golden brown. These are ready to flip. These are ready to come out. I'll get the second batch going now. All right, we're ready to put this thing together. I'm just going to lightly salt the eggplants now. We had salt on it before, but we washed it away, so they did need a little bit of salt. And now we can go ahead and compose our sandwich. We're going to put in 1 slice of eggplant, tomato, a few thin slices of the pickle, have some mint, which really gives us this brightness and this freshness. And then finally, we're going to put in our egg, which is going to be a little bit runny and add some nice texture to the sandwich. And then, of course, we are not going to forget the tahini sauce that we made a little bit earlier. And that right there is our little version of a sabich sandwich. As we say in Israel, b'te'avon.